Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the CSL launch tournament. Today we're having a 5-on-5 tournament where 8 teams from across the Middle East battle out for our 16,000 dirham prize pool. Teams with us today are Du30 from the UAE, Team Bendover from Egypt, YOLO, a mix of players from Oman and UAE, 4M and 1B, a mix of players from Jordan and the UAE. Q Club, a UAE team, Lab, a team from Lebanon, TT, a team from Dubai, and Wild Rangers, a team from Abu Dhabi and Dubai as well. So welcome to our stream. This is our first ever stream for our launch tournament, and I'd also like to welcome my friend and main caster for this event, Amr.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Hopefully we'll have a good set of games going on, and let's see if we can run things smoothly.
Good stuff. I know this is probably the first time we see the teams battle out here. Do you have any expectations?
Well, so far I've casted multiple tournaments here in the Middle East, and you'll be surprised for what you see. The amount of skill we have in the Middle East is quite large, and hopefully that'll be proven here today when we watch these two teams play right now, Du30 and Bendover. So,
Sounds good.
yep.
And we're looking at their bans and picks now.
All right. So taking a look at Du30, they're the ones with the first ban. I think they went ahead and they've had the Husker, the Earthshaker, and the Anti-Mage ban. While on Bendover we have the Undying IO, but Broodmother and Spectre bans coming from both sides. So we can see those hard carries that they'll do pretty well in the late game, like Anti-Mage and Spectre, and we see an Ancient Apparition and Zeus pick coming by Du30. However, Bendover go ahead with the Doom and Shadow Fiend pick.
So,
Kind of.
so do any of the Doom or Shadow Fiend picks counter Zeus or Ancient Apparition?
Well, right now, Doom is a counter pick to Zeus any day of the week. He'll just get a Blink Dagger and he'll Blink Doom Zeus, and Zeus will be out of the picture. However, Bendover's primary plan, they already have an offlaner of Doom and a Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. It's gonna be a pretty tanky lineup compared to the dire side. As you can see, a Gyrocopter has been picked up here by Du30. He's not really much of a tanky hero, and it's gonna be interesting to see what because Shadow Fiend can do large amounts of burst with the Rick Helm, and with the Tusk support or off lane. Yeah, Tusk could be used either as an off laner or as a support hero, a secondary support really. It's a good kind of roaming hero. It'll be interesting to see how Bendover use Tusk and what other support that could be used along with him, like Vengeful Spirit, example, who has a stun, which is a good follow up to Tusk's Snowball, and you could get a definite kill on when it depends on roaming and etc.
So is it safe to say that the Bendover's picks so far, the Tusk, Shadow Fiend, and Doom, are they all tanky heroes?
Yeah, pretty much they are tanky heroes. However, it's going to be interesting to see if Du30 will be able to kite these three melee heroes picked over here by Bendover. You have the Zeus who can. Zeus is a hero all about positioning, and if used well, he could easily avoid any types of right-clicking from from Doom and Tusk. So a Disruptor picked here by Du30, one of my favorite heroes really. Here's another squishy hero, and Bendover picked up Rubik.
Oh, this is going to make the game a little more fun.
It's going to be fun to see. He has some good spells to actually steal here from pretty much all of those heroes. They all have pretty damn good ultimates. The Disruptors, the Gyros, Zeuses, and the Ancient Apparition. But he's going to have to be very careful because Rubik is one squishy hero, and if Du30 are really good with their ultimate usages and positioning, they could actually catch all of these heroes off guard and do massive amounts of damage. It's going to be interesting to see
3 intelligence heroes for Du30.
Yes, that's why Rubik is a good pick here. He has a large pool of good skills here to choose from, and it's a really solid pick, and it will do well along with the Tusk and the roaming stages of the game and the early stages of the game.
Great.
Yep, and it's gonna I think for Du30 to win their team fights, they're gonna have to catch the Doom off guard, because the Doom is what's gonna really cause a nuisance towards any of the heroes, the Gyrocopter, the Zeus, but I think the Doom will primarily use his ultimate on either the Zeus or Gyro, but most likely the Zeus because his right-clicking ability isn't that great compared to the gyros. So he would just take him off, take him out of the picture during team fights. And then we see a Slark ban coming in from Bendover.
Slug.
So I mean, Slark is a very annoying hero, and since and it would work pretty well against the gyrocopter here.
What would you think would make sense for Du30 to choose the fifth hero? So 3 intelligence hero, 1 agility, and gyrocopter.
Well, right now,
Do they need a strength hero?
they're looking for an offlaner. So I mean, a hero like Clockwork could work. We could see a Centaur ban coming from Bendover, which was really smart. Centaur would have worked really well with the Blink Hoof Stomp, and could have put, for example, Doom off guard while the whole team comes in and finishes Bendover off. So we have a Bristleback. Yeah, so another tanky hero. I never really had him in mind. But I mean, it's gonna be good here. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Bendover work around Bristleback here, because I don't know. I don't know if really if Blink Dagger on Bristleback is gonna be a great idea. But I think Clockwork or Centaur, but unfortunately its ban would have been a great idea. So it seems here it's gonna.
Alright, so
yeah.
we have a match.
Yeah. So I don't. It's gonna be Shadow Fiend mid lane for sure. I don't expect Razor going in the mid here. But however, it looks like we might have some difficulties already.
We have a disconnection.
It's like that in the Middle East. As soon as the game starts, you have people disconnecting, and
I'm sure we'll be able to sort it out in a short period of time. Just for our fans that are out there, we have a back platform where we're still in communication with our gamers. So even while they're in this game, if they have any difficulties, etc., they'll be talking to one of our admins who's sitting with us here in the area. So hopefully we can sort this out very shortly.
Okay, taking a look at Bendover's lineup right now. So it looks like it could be an offensive tri-lane here with the Razor and the Tusk and of course the Rubik, which could cause a nuisance towards a Gyrocopter, because the problem with the Gyrocopter is he's really farm reliable, and I mean, unless he doesn't get the farm that he needs in early stages of the game, that early Yasha, the early treads, and if he gets stopped in the earlier stages of the game, we could find ourselves a stomp in this game. However, it's gonna be what's gonna be interesting is Zeus versus a Shadow Fiend mid. I mean, it could be Razor mid for the fact that I mean he has unstable current, which does counteract Zeus's spells in a way. But I mean, by dishing out damage, return damage, and slowing down Zeus as well, those is made. And Shadow Fiend is pretty squishy in the early stages of the game with only 435.
And they have to be careful because Du30 might be quite powerful early on in the game with their intelligence heroes.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the problem with Du30s right now is that their disables, well, they don't really have a stun at the moment. Their disables, they have the kinetic field coming from Disruptor. It's not really for sure. I mean, heroes from BO could easily leave the static field and not get caught out. So I think that's what Du30's problem is, that they don't really have the right disables at the moment compared to the likes of Bendover, who have a Doom, who have Rubik's telekinetic grip, and Tusk.
Sorry to interrupt you, Amr, but I think the teams have called ready and we're unpausing and we have a game. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Bendover from Egypt versus Du30 from the UAE. I'll leave you with our main cast at Amr for this matchup, and I believe he'll be joined by Roxbridge shortly. So thank you, and Amr, enjoy.
Alright, so let's take a look at the players playing each hero at the moment. So it looks like Poe is going to be playing the Doom, KK Zora is going to be playing the Shadow Fiend, Scarlet is playing the Razor, Hamada is playing Tusk, and finally we have Rubik being played by the very famous Ram. Moving on to the dire side, we have Zeus being played by Blitz. We have Blitzes, and then we have Reimer playing the Gyrocopter, Old Dirty playing the Bristleback, Leto playing the Disruptor, and finally Titan Atlas playing the Ancient Apparition. So it looks like we have a very aggressive teams on both sides going in and possibly placing wards and camps and to prevent any pull from the Radiant side. It looks like Titan Atlas is trying to scout out any possible warding, but it seems like we won't have any first bloods before the Horn, and unless do rotate towards the mid lane, possibly catch out anybody. But we're gonna see some aggressive warding here being placed down by the Radiant side, and it looks like the top rune is gonna go towards
The battle begins.
Bendover, which goes to the Shadow Fiend, which is gonna be which will be a good boost versus the Zeus in the mid lane. And it looks like a Gyrocopter will possibly pick up. Well, actually, it's gonna go towards the Zeus for that quick bottle, and we see that the very effective lineup here. It looks like we have an early pause again. Well, as you can see here, with the with Ara and Hamada, uh, they are in the early stage. So Rubik picking up that boost of speed here, and it looks like he's going to be rotating towards the mid lane, possibly catching whoever's going to be playing mid off guard, or possibly the disruptor here, who could roam into the jungle and get caught around here. In the meantime, it looks like he's gonna have Doom here. He's gonna have a good amount of last hits here in the top lane. He does pick up his staff shield because he's gonna be in for one hell of a ride. Actually, I think a magic wand could do well in this situation with the amount of spells coming from Du30. So it looks like we have a crash in our hands now. In the meantime, we have an offlane Bristleback, uh, who will be going up against the Razor in the bottom lane. Could be a one-on-one offlane. Not so sure how it is. We'll see how the rotation coming from around Hamada deal. Mid lane we have the Shadow Fiend going on. He has his wand ready. Looks like he's prepared for the Zeus. He's tangled up with healing soul.
Apologies for my lateness.
So I'd like to introduce to you my co-caster.
Nassim Roxbridge here.
Yep.
And the first thing I have to say about that draft was, how did Doom get through the first pick in today's meta?
Well, I'm not so sure.
I think
really.
that's the first time in like 20 games I've seen Doom picked first, or allowed to be picked first. And I'm talking about the first 3 picks. I mean, it's Doom, Shadow Fiend, and then Tusk.
Those are really aggressive picks coming from Bendover 30. Bendover. I think they saw the opportunity. I mean, they saw that Du30 really handed them those picks really easily, so they went ahead and picked them up. And it's gonna be interesting to see how Du30 go against this. And at the moment, as you see Du30's lineup, they don't really have good disables.
Not at all.
I mean, the only disable they could get is from a Disruptor ultimate here.
They need the Aghanims on Disruptor too for that to work. I mean, you already know that Shadow Fiend and Doom are gonna rush BKBs.
For sure, especially against the lineup against Zeus and Disruptor and Ancient Apparition here, so it's most likely gonna be.
I mean, even when I'm looking at the lineup now, the only semi-counter to Doom that I see is the AA ult. And he's gonna have to get a fast level 6 before if he's gonna stop Doom from diving them on towers with that overpowered spell Scorched Earth.
Yeah, I mean that's why Doom is pretty much banned in this meta right now. He's pretty tanky and he deals lots of amounts of damage, and of course he has a pretty damn good ultimate. So it looks like we might have an altercation here in the jungle. Looks like Disruptor might actually fall here with very famous and Hamada here. He's gonna get a first kill, and we have a first blood here. And it looks like Hamada is gonna be able to make it away. He does not have boots, but Rubik does. And it looks like he might be actually caught out here by Zeus. But in the meantime, Shadow Fiend is gonna get these valuable last hits that he's gonna need to really do well in the mid lane.
Space created.
Space created by the Bendover team already with the great picks towards their supports and that first blood. In the meantime, we see the bottom lane. Bristleback might have some problems here against Razor, who already has picked up a magic stick. In the meantime, Rubik has died by Roshan, probably just to get to base really quickly, since he has low HP, and as you see, he's right there.
A shortcut.
Yep, he picks up his TP and he's gonna go down towards the bottom lane, possibly. Just give Razor that cover that he needs, because he might be in big trouble. In the top lane, it's gonna be interesting to see how Poe deals against Disruptor. Especially with the spam, but he does not have a magic wand. He did pick up the stealth shield though, so I mean, Disruptor's right clicks aren't really gonna be a big difference. As you can see, the zoning out here coming from the Rubik on towards the Bristleback, who is already level 2, so he's done pretty well actually. But that was because of the supports rotating towards the mid lane, getting a kill on that Disruptor.
So what do you think of the Bristleback pick in general? I don't usually see Bristleback picked unless he has an IO alongside him. He's one of those heroes that comes with pocket strats a lot of the time. What do you think was the thinking behind it this time?
To be honest, I wasn't really sure, but they did really need a strength hero in their up, and they thought that Bristleback was an ideal pick because he has a haste rune he might pick up. He does see, and he does block off the courier. Does he get a kill on the courier?
What a snipe!
He was lucky enough to get a haste rune, and
unfortunately, it didn't have. It already delivered the bottle. I'm guessing to Zeus.
Yes.
By that point.
Yeah, Zeus did pick up the quick bottle, and he's already picked up a bounty rune. But that is a very significant blow towards Du30 right now, especially the carries who might need to pick up their items quicker sooner than later.
Definitely.
In the meantime, Doom is doing pretty well actually. He has picked up level 4 compared to the level 2 of Bristleback. So you can see that the zoning out or the pulling coming from Ancient Apparition has just begun. He hasn't really stacked, so he's gonna have to double pull, but I don't think he'll be able to do that now. In the meantime, we do see some diving here towards the bottom lane. Bristleback almost did fall.
Almost missed that.
And Razor did drop down to low HP thanks to Bristleback's. He's pretty tanky though, and he does salve himself back up, and looks like Bristleback is gonna be staying in the lane here, getting as much XP as he can. It looks like we have Tusk, who's only at level 1. He's really under leveled compared to the Ancient Apparition, who's at level 2 right now.
He is, but I think he's played an important part. He helped with the first blood, and he sniped the courier.
Yes,
so he's helped Shadowfiend a lot in his mid.
Yes, definitely. And it looks like here I have missed in the bottom lane that Bristleback does fall.
He's having a bad time.
Yeah, I mean the supports. That's what I was telling you. Right now they can't really do the same thing to Doom in the bottom lane because they don't really have the disables that they do have with Rubik.
Yeah,
and
I mean if Rubik lifts you up and you status link him, then you steal all Bristleback's damage by the time he lands, basically.
So it's a little bit of harassment here. It looks like Zeus will be picking up the invisibility rune. There's no detection around the rune for the radiant side, so they will have no idea that would be picking up the invisibility unless he decides to gank towards the bottom lane. Sorry, but that's not the case. So courier is gonna be back up soon. Take a look at some golden XP. We can see that right now. Scarlet from the Razor does have good amounts in the bottom lane. Looks like his support has been doing him well against this Bristleback, and it's of course getting that assist was very detrimental towards the Bristleback, and he got a good amount of point there. It looks like we missed a double kill here in the mid lane. And it looks like we might have a triple. It could be a triple kill here with the Shadowfiend gonna try to right click him, and there's another one.
Honestly, I mean, I was just about to say I thought that Bendover are doing such a great job giving their 2 carries the farm they need, and then
look how aggressive Rubik is right now with a 10 kill clip. It looks like Zeus might be able to fall, and he does fall.
That's
the amount of burst. There's an ultra kill, but
that's an ultra kill in 5 minutes.
In the meantime, Bristleback does kill the Razor. So I mean,
that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty big. And I don't know if Razor spent the money, but yeah, he did. He did pick up the phase boots, so none of that money went to waste. In the meantime, Bristleback is going to be going back home safely. It's going to be interesting to see if Bendover do anything towards Deuce Gyrocopter here. He doesn't really have the best farm, but 16 last hits in 6 minutes, which isn't really the greatest. But be interesting to see if either Tuskar, looks like Tuskar could be in trouble now. He was just attacking. It'll be interesting to see if Gyrocopter gets ganked on. As you can see, he is playing ultra safe.
I mean, when you look at Bendover's team, how many of them are genuinely scared of Gyrocopter? I mean, they're a tanky team. It's just the Rubik that I could see. I mean, Shadowfiend early game, but it's only the Rubik that I could see that can get ganked and wiped before he can do anything.
Zeus could be in trouble. Does he lift him? Yes, he does.
God.
It looks like he's going to be bursted down quickly, and it looks like Shadowfiend, he's going to be getting his items real quick right now. And as you can see right now, looks like he's going to get a quick Yules. And that's going to be detrimental. In the meantime, looks like Du30 could be in trouble here. He does get stuck, but they are only hitting his back, so he's getting minimum amounts of damage here. But could he die by the burst coming from Tusk? No, he does not. He makes it out alive yet again. It looks like if the Rubik was there, they could have gotten an easy kill here to help the Razor. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't really get that. And Tusk tries to see if Respect was right there, and looks like he's gonna be lucky enough to get a regeneration right now. And as you can see, the map dominance totally goes towards Bendover right now. I mean, especially in the mid lane, Shadow Fiend is stomping Zeus right now, and
Really
it's
is
not
a
like,
stomp.
but at the moment, we could see that none of the supports are helping Zeus as much as looks like Doom does fall here in the top lane, and it looks like Reimer could actually fall as well.
Oh
With
my
Scorched
god,
Earth and a double kill for Doom.
that was legitimately the only hero that was doing alright at this point for Du30 dying.
And he does fall, and he doesn't really have phase boots like Scarlet here on the Razor does. It looks like he's gonna get an Wraith and
And a killer.
But here alone, I mean, you can see Tusk here is level 3 and he's out muscling the Zeus here in the mid lane. And it looks like Poe and very famous Ara here are looking for some food.
Oh
Looks
my
like someone
God.
might be teleporting here, and it's
That's a brave gyro. Maybe we could take a look at the net worth at this point.
So at the moment, you can see how much gold is earned here. Shadow Fiend almost 5k gold here in 8 minutes because of the triple kill he got early on, and it doesn't really look good for the Dire at all.
I mean, I'm guessing the pattern for basically the line graph for the net worth of this game would be just, yeah,
That's
pretty
XP
much
right
what we
there.
expected. The gradual
Looks like
domination.
here we might have a kill here, but the static field might actually.
They just have
I
no
bet that
fear
might-
right now, and you could see it.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really want to overextend here. Zeus does have a bottle charge. He could possibly kill. No, he does not. He misses him completely. There's no mana for the ultimate, and he's just gonna walk away safely. You can see right now it's 10-1. We can see Bendover getting kills left and right, and in the meantime, Du30 are not really in the best shape right now. I guess they're not really ready for. I guess these teams are new towards competitive play, and they're not really so sure about their picks right now. As you can see, there was no definite disable. Vengeful Spirit would have been good. I mean,
It's a combination of the picks, but even if you see in their play, they haven't actually gone out intentionally for a gank once so far. It's just been defensive.
thing is, you can't really do that without a disabler.
It's
I
true.
mean, you can't really expect this.
The most you can do, I mean, is static.
Looks like here, we might have a kill, and it could be a tier 1 tower down, as a tier 1 tower in the mid lane has fallen.
Yeah.
And Shadow Fiend is
Grim.
Shadow Fiend right now with his dual scepter, and we're interesting to see what he goes for next. Possibly a blink dagger. Not so sure how he's going to be utilizing the Shadow Fiend here. Looks like we might have some rotation here towards the bottom lane from the Tusker. Possibly catch Respect out, but he's going to retreat.
So let's check out the net worth list that we have on the game. Yo, yeah,
Yeah.
that's 10 minutes and that's over 10,000.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a look here. See, 21k gold
Yeah,
raised up by the Radiant, while only 8k from the Dire. That does not only go towards the farming capabilities of the Gyrocopter, who only has 22 minutes here, 22 last hits in 10 minutes. That isn't great at all. That's not impressive. It looks like here we could have a kill here by the Shadow Fiend. He gets a double kill. However, there is a very good TP coming in from Reimer, who could possibly get a kill. And the Zeus ult does come out. Does massive amounts of damage, but he's going to be chased down by the rest of the team, and Scarlet does get away safely. Looks like Zeus then comes in, gets a kill. However, Hamada is going to be trying to.
Oh, that's something.
He's going to try to get a kill here, but Hamada does make it out alive. Ancient Apparition could be in trouble, but he's going to be making it away safely. No teleport in coming up from the Dire to actually catch him out. Hamada out. Actually, the Bristleback does, but Scarlet is right there. And actually, Scarlet does get a last hit on the tower, which is really important.
The Bristleback chasing Scarlet right here. Yeah.
So not only does he not get the deny on the tower, he doesn't get either kill on both heroes that he could have.
All things considered, though, that wasn't the worst fight in the world for Du30. I
mean,
saw
it worked towards his strengths, because right now there's no BKB coming from
Exactly.
Bendover. It's too early
That's
right
very
now.
true.
But it's still a loss. I mean, they got team wiped
Oh,
here,
yeah.
and it's not gonna really help them at all. And if we look at the graphs now, it's not dipping down.
No.
That is experience. So they're still in a hell of a lot of trouble, and right now the map is growing smaller for them. All tier 1 towers have fallen for the dire side, and it's only the tier 2s, and even their jungle, they have no control over it. They do have some wardings, however, but they're not even able to get in there with the overfarmed Shadow Fiend. Right now, Gyrocopter doesn't even have his phase boost ready yet. So
it is looking grim. It is.
it is.
But I'm trying to create some sort of excitement right now because it is a stomp so far.
Well, I mean, we can't really blame Du30 for it. Well, I mean, we can't blame them, but right now, I mean, they're new to the competitive scene, and all teams lose eventually. All teams learn the hard way, and hopefully this is a kick up the butt for them, and they'll do well. They'll learn from their mistakes. But this is a best of 3. It could be only one game right now. We could see something different in the next game. But it doesn't look like that will be the case right now, as their gameplay hasn't been really great, and their carry here on Reimer hasn't been doing that well with only 24 last hits, so it's a major problem for them. In the meantime, we see the Razor here with 77 last hits, which isn't amazing, but it gets the job done right now.
It's pretty amazing in a game like this.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been fighting all over the map. So you managed
that's
81 last hits by this point.
And Doom picks up a Blink Dagger, so that's gonna be a very, and he has the Hand of Midas as well. I did not even see that. It looks like Tusk could be in trouble. A little rotation here from the Rubik, who seems to have a Blink Dagger. He does steal.
Oh, it's just an Arc Lightning level 1.
Nothing major, however. It looks like Reimer could get a kill here.
Oh,
Scepter.
this is something. Oh.
He has a double damage. Doom does blink in here.
I mean,
and possibly
that's a balanced hero, right?
Yeah, he will get a kill. However, Doom is gonna finish off the Bristleback as well. And it looks like Blink is gonna be up soon, and he's gonna be killing this Gyrocopter.
Oh my God.
And Gyro is dead. And that looks like.
I mean, he's diving tier 4s. He's
yeah, he can't be serious.
It's 14 minutes.
But he's died. Yeah. He overextended.
Oh, he overextended badly. Is he gonna get punished? This is big.
No, he's gonna most likely die. But he's gonna get a kill on AA.
Balanced. Balanced. There we go.
He does fall.
He deserved that. Let's be honest.
He overextended. And 400 gold was split between the two supports, which is really a good thing right now. And
I mean, it did that. It gave Ancient Apparition his ult, and it gave him some money.
Yeah,
and they really needed that.
Yeah, we got a Soul Ring from that, and
I'm actually used to seeing a Soul Ring on Ancient Apparition.
Well, it's because right now he's getting stomped, so he needs the mana in team fights right now.
I guess.
It's not like he's gonna be picking up the mana boost. As you see, Zeus has picked it up, and the Disruptor has. But it looks like AA will be busy buying the wards and doesn't really have time to pick up the Yules up there.
I think that's a mistake. I mean, I think the AA needs his farm, and I think at this point, I would rather the Disruptor help with the wards, just because I don't see him getting his Aghanims anytime soon.
Yeah, and right now it's looking very grim for Du30. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here. Looks like some dewarding coming in from Zeus. I mean, that's one positive. They don't really have to put too much money into sentry wards.
I mean, if you look at the map right now, the Radiant Vision is not that great anymore. They only have one ward up.
Yep, and right now Tusk has bought some wards, however. He has a ward in his inventory. And they don't really need, I mean, they do need the vision. However, it doesn't seem like Du30 are really leaving the premises of the fountain right now. I mean, they're barely even wandering into the jungle. They have this one ward here, which is pretty good. I mean, it's just catching them off guard if they rotate towards the jungle. There is a counter ward coming here on top of the cliff by Du30, but it's not going to catch us.
I mean, I'd expect Du30 to try something.
And it looks like we have double blink here onto Bristleback, who could possibly fall from all the burst damage, but he does not. He's very tanky right now, and most of the damage did hit his back. And looks like
I was just saying, I'd expect Du30 to try something, maybe a smoke gank, because they know it's a matter of time until Bendover by BKBs.
Well, now that you said it, there we go. It looks like they could catch off somebody in the river, but they do have Blink Dagger, so they'll be able to escape. But it looks like Tusk could be in big trouble here. But there's no Blink Daggers on any of the heroes.
I mean, there's a glimpse if he can catch him.
He could, and he does. And looks like all this damage is going to go towards him. However, he does fall. So does the Zeus. In the meantime,
that's big.
A double kill coming up here. Looks like we could have a team wipe here. However, the Bristleback is not there. He does get doomed by the Doom, and Bristleback is in big trouble. And in the meantime, AA is trying to fight off the Rubik at the same time.
Oh,
and
that's unfortunate.
It looks like we have a team wipe here towards best.
That's unfortunate. I thought Du30 had a really good fight there, and at one point I actually thought they might win it, but then I realized that Doom wasn't even in the vicinity.
Yeah, and neither was the Bristleback, but I mean, that was a really good double kill here by the Gyrocopter. He did get good amounts of money. But looks like they're going to be pushing towards the tier 3 here, even though they won't be able to get it since the tier... I mean...
I just don't know what's going to stop Doom at this point.
Yeah, he has 4k gold right now, and he's just farming all lanes and even the enemy's jungle, so he's doing pretty well now. Looks like Zeus being very, very, very cocky here.
They're trying to style on them right now.
He's stealing in. He's stealing the lightning bolt.
The very famous Ara himself.
And it looks like right now they're being very aggressive, pushing in all lanes. They're gonna be hoping and taking the bottom tier 2, possibly the top one as well. Like there's an invisibility that could be used, and Hamada does have a rocket. Meantime, we have a very mobile Shadow Fiend. Oh.
I'm guessing that was a scouting ult.
No, they use it so he won't blink away. However, there was like I said, there's no good disable. So
they're still chasing this though.
Oh, he can't.
I mean, they're not gonna dive at tier 1.
Yeah, he'll use himself, or he won't. Anyways.
Rubik's still playing a little cocky with his invis rune. But his health, I mean... Oh, wow. I mean...
Wow.
Okay, that's mission complete for the Rubik.
Rubik just outplayed them.
Yeah, he styled on him.
At the moment, see that looks like Ancient Apparition has disconnected. Not so sure if that's rage or anything, but he will die right now.
Does it disconnect?
Gyrocopter does pause for them, so right now we'll have to wait.
While we're waiting, let's go through the game stats and check the individual net worths of these players.
Okay, so net worth. Current
gold.
Wait, I got it. Golden XP. So right now we have 13k, or sorry, 1.3k gold here on Razor.
Dire's top tower is under
the net worth right there.
With Y, yeah.
Yeah, oh, sorry about that, guys. We missed another stomp.
Anyways, as expected.
I mean, when your position 5 is out farming their position 1, you kinda know where this game is going.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't even called GG yet right now. Looks like the tier 3 is gonna be taking buybacks coming in right now. Static shield being caught by the...
I think Du30 should just take the last few minutes of this game and think about what just went wrong. They have to start thinking about the next game. Their heads have to already be there, but I mean, I don't want a quick concede. I want them to take their time. I want them to talk about it right now and figure out what went wrong. Did they get outdrafted? I believe yes they did. And I think they got outplayed. And the combination of those two things is that net worth bar over there that we're looking at, which is just absolute stomp.
Yep, and I think they need to put more support into. I mean, okay, fine. Your heroes don't let you support, don't let you roam around. Your support heroes don't let you roam around as much as Bendover can. But at least you should be able to help your Gyrocopter farm as much as you can. And right now you can see that Gyro right now doesn't have only 46 last hits, which isn't great at all. It's really bad, especially for 21 minutes inside the game. And the Doom has way more right now, and he's the #1 in net worth, and he was offlaning against their carry.
That's so, Doom, bro. He's balanced.
With 113 last hits, and looks like the bottom tier 3 tower, tier 2, sorry, is gonna fall right now.
I mean, if this was you, if you were a member of Du30 Alma, would you say like
Bottom tower
a loss like this would be so crushing where you feel like the next game you're not relying on outplaying this team, but you have to come up with maybe a tiny IO, a pocket strap, maybe that they can't handle?
Well, right now, we did see glimpses of Du30 how they time their ultimates together and etc. But
That was
I
that
mean,
one good team fight.
the problem is their picks were built so much on towards the mid game.
They were greedy.
bottom tower
They were pretty greedy. So were Bendover, however. But BKB is being fucked up here by Scarlet. Looks like they're gonna be chasing down these three heroes before they reach the fountain. And a punch does come up on the Bristle. He does fall, even though he was tanky. It looks like
Ah.
Zeus will die as well. and it's a GG called by
there it
Du30.
is.
It looks like we'll have another game coming soon. It's a best of 3. Am I correct? Best of 3, and game 1 does go to Bendover. We'll see how Du30
Dire's middle tower
fare
is
in the
under
next
attack.
game, and
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant
hopefully they will pick themselves up after this.
That
I
was
mean,
tough to
it's not the
watch.
end of the world. We did see some sort of skill, but their draft didn't help them at all.
No, it
And
didn't.
neither did last hitting in their cases, since Gyro didn't do that well. But yeah, as you can see here from the last hits, not that great. So
Hopefully they pick themselves up. At least, I mean, they want a better showing. They don't want to go out to another game like this in the next game.
yes, exactly. So stay tuned, and we'll show you more right after the break.